So the other big story that's happening at the same time is as we are having, I would say, a healthy, robust debate about what the role of government should be, what the levels of spending should be, you know, the ability to have more of your money and all of those things. We're getting out of 4 years of being in a giant shadow where we did not know who the president was. And more information is popping up about that every single day. David Sachs, who, as you know, is he is the czar of AI and crypto. He went on Fox on Jesse Waters and talked about how Elizabeth Warren, Massachusetts Senator, pretend Indian, Pocahontas, Elizabeth Warren, was actually at least one of the people partly in control of Joe Biden's Autopen.
This is the financial system of the future, Jesse, and we have to encourage it. What the Biden administration was doing, and let's face it, it wasn't Biden. Elizabeth Warren controlled the Autopen during that administration. She, for some reason, has this pathological hatred of the crypto community. She wants to drive this community offshore. She doesn't want it happening in the United States. That's the wrong policy for the United States. We want all the innovation happening here. This is a financial system of the future. It's cheaper. It's more efficient. We want it happening here, Jesse, and I think people are thrilled that President Trump is making that possible.
All right, so we'll have a bit more on Bitcoin in just a second, but this issue around the Autopen truly, in some sense, I think could be the biggest scandal in American history. We didn't know who the president was, and whether Sachs is right that it was Elizabeth Warren in charge, or whether it was Nancy Pelosi or Chuck Schumer, or whether it was Jill Biden or somebody, there is simply no reason to think that Joe Biden had any idea not only what the bills were about, but that they were even having him sign it. Do you think they even told him when they signed bills? Oh, Mr. President, we just had an automatic pen sign some bills in your name. Probably not. And Donald Trump is hitting this issue over and over again because whether you like him or not, Donald Trump actually is the president and clearly knows what he's signing. Here's Donald Trump on the Autopen. Other than the rigged presidential election of 2020, the biggest scandal in American history is the Autopen. Whoever used it was usurping the power of the presidency, and it should be very easy to find out who that person or persons is. They did things that a Joe Biden of sound mind would have never done, like open borders, transgender for everyone, men and women's sports, and far more. Fear not, however, we will bring America back bigger, better, and stronger than ever. So yes, they are not letting go of this issue. And I think this is sort of like the COVID stuff where you can't fully let go of it without figuring out, how did this happen? How did it happen that we ended up being, a certain set of people in America, being forced to take shots by the government, otherwise they were going to lose their jobs or couldn't go to school? It's the same thing with Biden. How did this happen? Because if we don't figure it out, if we don't lay the blame on the feet of somebody that was doing this, and people really do have to pay. You know me, I don't like lists. I don't like jailing people. I don't like looking at previous administrations and start pulling out all these people. But if we don't get some mea culpa around some of this stuff, it obviously will happen again. Do you want to be governed by the people who you elect, who you actually vote for, or do you want to be governed by an amorphous blob of people who are around them and can occasionally just say, hey, Joe, look over there while we sign the thing over here?